Hi, Hungries.
We're dads.
This is the Dad vs. Dad podcast.
This week on Dad vs. Dad, we find out about how bad my eyes really are.
I got stabbed!
And then I feed Kevin some mystery meats.
All on Dad vs. Dad.
Enjoy.
Two brothers.
Daddy. Dad.
Hello, Hungries!
Is that it?
Oh, you know what?
What?
Fun fact. It's the first time an 8 and a 7 have been on the board together where they belong.
Oh. Can you believe that was 10 episodes ago?
I know.
That's far
No,
too...
it wasn't. It was 9 episodes ago. Way to count.
Oh, I'm not good at
Good work.
counting.
Very bad at counting.
Pretty bad at counting.
Pretty bad at counting. How
Oh.
was your week?
Oh, it's been a week. I'll tell you
Mhm.
what. So, alright, I've got so many stories.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
First-
take turns. I've got a lot as well.
okay, first one then. So, I was stabbed.
Yeah.
Top that.
Wow. What happened?
Well, so last night, all of the kids had sleepovers. We had 100 kids at the home.
God.
So we were like, let's get pizzas. Right, okay, if we go Domino's or Pizza Hut, it's going to cost like $1 million. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go to Coles. I'll buy the like Make Easy, whatever. And I'll buy a bunch of other things and we'll just make toppings and it'll be
Yeah.
good. Anyway, so I went and did all that. And as I was cutting up salami,
Wait, so I'd interrupt because it's fun to interrupt. And it makes your story go even longer.
Yeah.
I've been making my bases from scratch.
you've told everyone like 5 times. yeah.
Yeah, I do this. Okay.
Well,
I don't know. I haven't seen the show. I don't... All right. Anyway.
so anyway, stupid me, I was cutting up the salami and there was a bit of the paper stuff around it.
Yeah.
You know, the waxy gear. So I'm like, oh, I got to get that off. I was trying to cut it and slice it. Just wasn't happening. So I went, and the knife, it went in like a centimetre.
Yeah. Wow.
It's the first, like, I've like accidentally sliced my hand before or sliced a finger or, you know, like little bits.
Yeah.
This was in. This was in, out.
Yeah. Ouch.
And immediate blood just
Yeah,
like pissing out. Muscle aches. I'm like, shit, I should probably go to the doctor.
Did you?
Nah,
Good.
I'm alright. I'm way too tough. But look,
Yeah. Doctors are losers. Remember? Yeah. That's hectic.
and yeah, it's still like swollen.
I mean, one of our first few episodes, like almost every other week, I'd come in. Oh, I hurt this finger, or like I'd have like some burn or gash or something
Yeah.
would have happened.
Yeah, baked bean cans. Danger
Was
zone.
it?
I don't know, probably.
Um,
Alright, you go.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so anyway, that sucked. But yeah, we had like 3 of Opie's friends, 1 of TJ's friends, and then the next day we went and had a thing with Rusty.
Yeah, too much.
Too many children.
Speaking of dinners, it is dinner time. We're doing late recording.
Yeah.
In case you couldn't tell, because the lighting's always the same, because we professional like it might be different.
And you're probably seeing all this sweat. You're probably like, oh, it must be hot there today. No, I've just got crazy hay fever.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah.
I had shopping cancelled on me today.
How does that happen?
They had trucks like break down or something like, we can't deliver it today.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. And so like I was relying on that for dinner. So
How
I
dare
had to
they?
go into emergency mode. So what do I got? What do I got? I got Frankfurts. I got rice. I've got 1 small sweet potato.
No,
I've got a zucchini. You know what?
you didn't.
I'm gonna put all of these things together.
And order
fried up.
KFC.
No, I fried up the potato and the veggies. I smushed up all the veggies. Cut the potato chunky a little bit.
Yeah.
Cut the Frankfurts up.
Yep.
Fried that all for a bit. Put it in a roasting pan. Made a bechamel sauce.
Oh.
Poured milk through the thing. Added some eggs as well, just for some extra protein, because, you know, I don't know what's in Frankfurts.
I don't.
And then the bechamel on top.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of cheese on top.
Yeah.
And it was so delicious.
I don't.
It was a Frankfurt bake.
I don't know. Oh no.
Oh, and with rice too.
Oh.
It was
Oh.
amazing.
I don't know how. Like Frankfurt's, it's the Frankfurt. It's the Frankfurt meat with milk.
That's the most off-putting thing. But yeah, and it was delicious. It was like,
Oh, it's,
it was so good. You can try some if you like.
I might.
Don't try some right now.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's. Yeah, I'll give it a go. Sorry, I am sniffly. I'm real gross because I've got hay fever. I can't believe how bad it hit me today. I did some whippersnipping.
Okay.
Oh, what the fuck? What is that?
Try.
Oh,
Wrap your
doesn't.
laughing gear around that.
I just. There's a lot of flavour in that, right?
Yeah.
Like some good flavour.
Fresh parsley.
And then there's weird bits in it that you go, that doesn't belong there. Pretty sure it's a Frankfurt.
Yeah, the Frankfurt's a bit.
You could have
odd.
done everything there, but not put Frankfurt.
Nah, needed the Frankfurt in there. It's delicious. Anyway, you're wrong about your tasting that.
Oh.
What else happened this week?
Alright.
Because I've had a lot happen.
So I've got one more. Two more.
Okay.
Two more things. So, I made a dad decision. Right? So the other week, well, about 3 months ago, maybe 4 months ago, we were at the reject shop and OP wanted to get a money tin.
Mhm.
And I'm like, no, you don't save your money. You just waste it on crap.
Like money tins.
Like money tins. So he wanted it, and I'm like, no, you're not getting it. He's like, no, but I'm going window washing. I'll get all this money, and I'll put it in there, and I'll save it. And I want to buy this, and I want to buy that, and I want to buy this. I'm like, okay, I'll make a deal. I'll get it for you, but if you open it, you owe me half. You give me whatever you've made and half it. And that's mine. That's your word. We shook on it.
That's a fun deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, this weekend, he opened it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you better close that and put everything back, or you have to give me half.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, that's cruel. It was like a $3 tin.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter that much. But I'm like, no, well, the main thing is, he had to... That was a decision that we made. His word is important.
Yeah. Yeah.
He needs to know that
is.
when he makes a deal, that deal sticks. Not just when it suits him,
Yeah.
because it didn't suit me to buy it at that stage.
Yeah.
There was a condition put in, and he agreed that condition sounds fair. So tonight, he gave me his money.
How much was it?
He gave me $50.
That's amazing.
So I'm like, all right. I'm like, are you sure you don't want to just buy a smaller money tin and just put it all in there
Yeah.
and save up? Like, I'll still give you that deal.
Yeah.
No. No, I don't want to buy anything. Okay. So yeah, scored myself $50.
Yeah. Cool.
So yeah, it was this whole idea of he needed to save the money. He needed to keep his word. He was devastated at first, and I'm like, dude, just put the money back. You will find something you want to buy. It could be a game in like a month. Just
Yeah.
put the money aside.
What did you do with the money anyway? Why did you take it out?
He was going to go to the mall and spend it on junk food. No, save it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So anyway, it was one of those parent moves that I'm like, should I have? Maybe I should have taken 25%. I'm like, no. The deal was
Yeah.
this.
Now the good thing to do would have been to take it,
Yeah.
all of it, and then keep it until like months later, years later, after like he keeps his word on another thing. Be like, I'm proud of you for keeping your word. You clearly learned your lesson. Here's $50.
Well, I still have the money. I could still give it back to him.
Yeah, you still
Or-
might.
I can buy some snacks on the way home because we're watching a movie.
What are you watching?
65,
Yeah, right. Never
which
heard
is it's the guy from, it's Kylo Ren from Star Wars, whatever his name is.
Yep.
He's like the new Darth Vader guy, and he goes back in time 65 million years.
Yep.
And there's dinosaurs and stuff. It's pretty cool. I watched half of it yesterday.
Yeah, cool. I watched The Revenant last night.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Amazing. How good's that bear fight?
Yeah, it was
That's
hectic.
fucking crazy.
It reminded me a bit of Apocalypto in its like shock level of violence
Yeah.
kind of thing. Suddenly, just
Yeah.
hugely high impact violence.
I was never afraid of bears until I saw that movie. I was like, nah, bears can't
Well,
be
they
that
do.
savage. But whoa,
Yeah,
that bear.
yeah. I can't believe they got a real bear to really attack him,
Yeah.
and he really nearly died.
No.
Anyway, speaking of other dinners, like the other night,
Are you really just talking about food?
yeah, we can talk about weight loss right now. I'm at 106.1. I think that's heavier than I've ever been the
So,
entire time we've
Jeremy,
recorded this.
last time we weighed, Jeremy was 103.6. He's up 2.5 kilos.
Yeah, it's the biggest I've been since we started recording, I'm pretty sure.
Now me, I was 141.1. Now I'm 142.3.
Yes.
The difference is, last time we did a weigh-in, it was morning before we ate, and this is after dinner.
It doesn't matter.
I'm telling you.
No, it doesn't matter. We still weigh that much right now. Phantom Fatty has lost 2.7 kilos, which is a
Well
heroic
done.
effort. She's lost more than I've put on.
Yeah.
And yeah, excellent. Anyway, one of the reasons for that, the other day,
Yeah.
the other night, going home from work,
Yeah.
one of the roads was closed. I had to take a detour. Ugh. I'm like, oh, this detour goes past the Macca's. It's a pretty good Macca's.
Yeah.
It's usually pretty good. The one on,
The one up the top near the RSPCA thing.
yeah,
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
It's a good one. And late night one wasn't expecting to be very good because you've got the chips that have been sitting there for 7 hours, and
Yeah. Although I find sometimes they're even better because...
if you're lucky,
Yeah.
I was lucky. It was busy.
Ooh.
I got there was like 5 cars in front of me. I was like, awesome. They're gonna run out of the shit chips, and I'll get good chips. So I decided to try the new McCrispy burger.
Mm-hmm.
Got that, the chips, and I got to the window. Oh, we just got to cook the chips, so it'll be a bit of a wait.
Yes. I love that.
Perfect. We got there, waited. I was waiting forever. Person behind me got their meal.
Yeah.
Okay. All the other cars in the drive-through behind me started coming through. What's going on? Been sitting here for hours.
I'm going to have the freshest food.
Oh no, I was pissed off at that point because I'm like, these guys are getting all the fresh food. I'm going to get some old chips now. But came, took a couple chips on the drive home, as you do.
Yeah.
Have to.
Good?
They were the absolute most perfect Macca's chips I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
Perfect amount of crisp, the perfect salt, and they were like hot.
Yeah.
I
I
was
love
like-
burning your house up.
Ah,
Yep.
It was divine.
Yep.
I was so happy with those chips.
Yeah.
I got home, ate the rest of the chips, ate them at crispy,
Yeah.
and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was like the most perfect burger I've ever had in my life. It had like a really crispy outside, really juicy inside, heaps of sauce and all this. The lettuce was good.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And I told you about it.
Yeah,
Talked
you
about
did.
it.
And the
I
next
told everyone about
the
it.
next day I had
Wait,
it.
let me finish.
Okay.
I've had it twice since. I know you've had it and disappointed. I had it the next day. No, I had it 2 more times since.
Yeah.
The second time I had it, it was like, this is okay. The outside wasn't that crispy. Inside wasn't that juicy. Very little amount of sauce.
Yeah.
It's like, this is miserable. And that was from the same Macca's.
Ooh.
So I tried again today.
Yeah.
The Baton's Bay Macca's. Pretty ordinary. So I don't know if it was like that late night, I'm half asleep, the chips are amazing. It was just, I was in heaven from the chips, and so the burger just like really topped it off.
Yeah.
Or if that's like how it's normally supposed to be, but I got it in rush times the other time, so it wasn't perfect. But like
Yeah.
at the time when I had it, I thought, this is a double quarter replacement. But then
There's no way.
my next two, they were not double quarter replacements.
You have a fresh double quarter pounder and you taste like the pepper on it.
Yeah, but honestly, the first McCrispy I had,
Yeah.
that was easily good DQP replacer.
I just, you know what? And you told me, you're like, it could have been a fluke, but it was the best thing ever. It could be a double quarter pounder replacer.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it's
And-
not. It never will be. And then I went and I'm like, okay, let me give it a go. And you know what it is? Because it was okay.
Yeah, my other two were okay as well.
And even Ellie had one, and she was like, I'm really pissed off at Jeremy. I'm like,
Yeah, look,
she was angry at you.
I was pissed off at McDonald's with my next two because they tricked me into that first
You tricked
one.
me into the... That's what it is. They're like, okay, for the first week, we'll start selling the good shit.
Yeah, it'll be amazing. Then it'll just be garbage.
And then those people will talk, send people our way, and
Yeah.
then we'll sell millions
Yeah.
more. So it's like word of mouth.
I do want to try it my next few times I go just to kind of see. I just want to see if I can get that same experience as I did the first time.
You know what? Fool me once. Shame on you.
They're going to try fool me 5 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, look.
Do you have any other stories this week?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay,
This
hit me.
So, speaking of hit me,
Yeah.
Opie got in a fight.
Ooh,
School fight.
yeah.
So, these kids have been, they're the typical bullies, right? Walking through the school, barging him, and then calling him names. They call
Yeah.
him, they drop the F slur.
Wow.
Wow. But he's also giving it back. He said one of the guys has a big chin, so he calls him Quagmire. Like, good. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's time to just chill out. And I'm like, look, he was getting really, really upset about it, like to the point where he was moody at home. He was being a real jerk, and then he actually broke down one day and just said, "I've just had enough.
Yeah.
This is happening." So I'm like, all right, if they do it again, I give you permission to defend yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
If they hit you, you defend yourself. Anyway, so the next day, they went to swing at him, and someone ran in and broke up the fight. And I'm like, that would have been your time. Well, all good. Now that it's broken off, hopefully everyone will just settle down, and that's that. The next day, he goes into school, and some kid. Now, this guy is a tall, lanky ranger asshole, and he's in year 8. Opie's in year 7, and then he's got an older friend who's in year 9 who's a piece of shit.
Rangers, particularly in high school, are usually super jerks because they've just gotten shit their entire
Well,
lives.
probably. Anyway, so this ranger kid actually grabs Opie and drags him into this circle to fight this Quagmire kid. And this Quagmire kid charges at him and grabs his nuts and squeezes.
That's a dirty move.
That's a fucking dirty move.
Yeah.
Not only does he do it that time, finally, Opie gets his sort of strength back without throwing up,
Yeah.
sits up, and then the guy charges at him again and does it again.
Jesus.
Like, okay, once, or accidentally hit his nuts and then I
I
just
think
squeeze.
he might be the gay kid.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Anyway, after it all took place, Opie got one hit in. Everything just dissipated and he
Yeah.
walked away. And then for the next couple of days, these kids were calling him a pussy and a jerk. And anyway, that afternoon, after all of this happened, he called us and he's like, yeah, this happened and I'm angry and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, we'll pick you up from school. No, let me finish the day. I want to hang out with my friends. I'm okay. That afternoon, we get to the car park. We're waiting there. And the ranger asshole and his year 9 mate are stirring him and his friends up. And they've grabbed his mate's bracelet and they're throwing it to each other, just being real asshole bully kids. And I get out of the car seeing that this is happening and I'm like, oi! What are you doing? Loud, deep voice, like my balls just dropped, right? And this year 9 kid throws it back and goes, oh. I'm like, what are you doing? Leave him alone. Haven't you done enough today? And they walk off. And then the kids come over, Opie and his mate. And I'm like, what happened? And he's like, oh, well, he called me a little bitch and then slapped me. And then I'm just like, oi, come back. No. Kept walking. I'm like, okay. You guys, meet us at the front of the school. We're talking to the principal today. We're stopping this now. There was
Yeah.
a fight. These assholes are still going. I've had enough. So I get to this, as I'm driving off, I stop next to these kids and they just keep walking. I'm like, oi, come back. I just want to have a word and say, you leave them alone. They keep going. Anyway, or whatever. I'll go to the front. So I go to the front of the school. I don't have shoes on. I've just gotten in the car to pick him up and I'm going back home. And then I see all of this. All of a sudden, I'm in my daggies clothes, no shoes, going to the principal's office. I look like the biggest dropkick ever.
Yeah.
So I get to the front office. I'm like, I need to see this person, or the principal. And none of them are here. I'm like, okay, we'll wait. So I stood around. Finally, the principal calls us in. We talk to him. I let him know. I'm like, this is ridiculous. It needs to stop. So I walk out, and there's Year 9 asshole and his dad and his mum.
Yeah.
And his dad is this scrawny, older, weathered man.
Yeah.
Looks like he's been in fights every day of his life. Probably smoked a bunch and has been in the sun his life. He's sunburned. Anyway, I'm like, okay. There's been an altercation. I'll let the principal go through it with you. Anyway, all good. I walk out. Because this other kid, the Year 9's staring at my kid and his mate, smiling at him. Hey. So anyway, I'm standing outside. I'm like, all right. Talk to the principal. It should stop. And then staunch ass dad gets up, walks out. What's the altercation? Fuck. I'm like, don't worry, the principal will go through it with you. I've just spoken to him. He's like, nah, I want to know now. Fuck. Okay. He's like, I'm Mike. Puts out his hand. Shake his hand. And I notice he's wearing a Beastie Boys shirt. I'm like, okay. That's a great shirt.
Yeah.
Start off compliment. Start off friendly.
Yeah, compliment sandwich.
Compliment sandwich, yeah.
I like your shirt. Your son's a dick. You've got beautiful eyes.
Sort of. Anyway, so I'm talking to him. I'm like, look, your son is part of a group that keeps bullying my kid. They keep causing all these problems. It's driving us nuts. He's getting distressed. And then he turns to my kid and his mate and he's like, what's he doing? And he's like, oh, well, we go anywhere and he calls us a little bitch or a pussy or tell us we're losers because we can't fight. And his dad goes, guys, I'm so sorry. I had no idea this was happening. I'll talk to him. And then his mum comes out looking staunch as well. Not as weathered. Looks like maybe she'd have a night at the clubs or, kind of prissy. And she's got tears in her eyes because of what these kids are saying. And I'm so sorry, boys. We'll talk to him. Thank fuck. I thought I was going to get bashed.
Yeah, because
Yeah, because staunch dad comes out. What's this altercation?
Yeah.
I'm way too soft for
my
this.
dad said that he could beat up your dad.
That's what. Could you imagine if that's what it was? Oh, fuck. We got to fight now.
Yeah, you have to. There's no interaction.
Well, both kids are there. They've got to know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the next day, I didn't hear anything. And it sounds like there's still stuff going around like, oh, you're a pussy because you didn't fight. Like, well, so what?
Yeah.
And they're being real resilient about it. It's all chilled out. So I think we won. I think we finally got out of it. But those guys are pricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, shitbags.
So anyway, it's been a big week. Tell me, what food have you talked about next? What's next
No,
on
that
you?
was my food, my thing and that. But I did go to have an eye test last week.
Oh, I need one of those.
Yeah, I've been in forever. I started getting the letters. They send you letters every 2 years.
Yeah.
Time to get your next test again.
Yep.
Started getting letters maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm like 5 or 6 years behind. So I sit in the chair, He's got the alphabet in order up there. And he's
Alphabet in order.
Yeah. So he's like, take your glasses off. Read. He didn't say take. He says, cover your left eye. Read the first line. So take my glasses off. No, with the glasses on. Okay. You know, it's like A, D. It wasn't in order, but
Yeah, okay.
You know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It was the tiny, tiny letters that no one can read. Anyway.
From the top down? Because they're not tiny at the top
No,
down.
because he's got the slides. They changed. Slides.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just saying like the eye chart.
No,
It's
no,
like-
no. He's got like the tiny letters up and like couldn't read any of them.
Yeah.
Like, flashes the next slide. Could make out the very top line, which was pretty big.
Yeah.
Tried the bottom line. No, like got them all wrong. Okay.
It's in Chinese. I
you
can't.
just failed the test to be legally allowed to drive.
Oh, no.
So, okay, try the other eye. In the other eye, I could read that line.
Okay.
So I can at least half legally drive. 'Cause it was that far out. And he's like, because they test your glasses, and he's like, okay, so you're you're about 3 points out in your glasses. So I did order new ones.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to do them because since I did my eye test, I think mine was like 7 years ago, around then.
Yeah, you
And-
guys get it every 2 years.
I can't wear my glasses anymore. Mine's only meant to be for like computer work,
Yeah.
but it's shocking. But then I think back. Do you remember putting on Dad's glasses as a kid and being like, "Holy shit, I can't see through these.
Yeah.
How are you walking around without these?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and then he didn't wear any for years. He
years.
doesn't wear 'em much, does he?
No,
Can't
he
remember.
wears them a lot now.
He does, yeah.
But I remember it was like they were like you'd put them on, and you know how there's those glasses. The guy from Trailer Park
Yeah,
Boys,
Bubbles.
Bubbles, where his eyes are giant in them.
Yeah.
That's what Dad's glasses
Yeah.
are like.
Yep.
And then he just didn't wear them for years. I'm like, how? You were a cab driver, man.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
shocking.
Yeah, it's crazy. Although that might have been for close stuff.
No, I'm pretty sure. I mean, how could we put them on and literally not be able to make out the shapes of a room? Like, I would be like, I don't know if that's a TV, and you got a
Yeah.
giant TV.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah, it's funny.
his eyes would have been so wrecked.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been so bad. Maybe they got a bit better.
Probably not. They went so bad it went the other way. They're
Yeah.
like, this can only go one way.
Yeah.
He was blind for a
Back
minute.
through the spectrum.
Yeah. He went blind, and then he's actually come back full circle. He's got
Yeah.
20/20 vision now.
I think that is how it works.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are useless.
So what do you? I mean, are they any
Well,
good?
they're better than not having them on. Much, much better.
How long have you needed glasses for though?
Probably a while.
When you first got them, were you like, I've got to wear these now?
Yeah, my last set before this, I had to wear them pretty much all the time.
Yeah, okay.
But at least when I'm driving, or where I'm watching TV that's a bit far away.
Yeah, okay. I'm getting to a point where I'm gonna need to start wearing them.
Like I don't need them on the computer, but I just wear them all the time because I need them for everything else.
Yeah. No, I've gotten to a point where like words on a screen are blurry,
Yeah,
so I've got to do something about it. We were actually meant to do it. I might do one tomorrow.
I've gotten
actually.
to that point with the glasses on.
That's shocking.
Yeah, definitely get it done. It's fun.
Yeah. Do they do the puff in the eye?
Yeah, there's
So-
a puff in the eye.
Ugh,
Yeah,
I hate that thing.
yeah, it's fun.
That gave Ellie a
And it's always like a
migraine.
huge startle as well.
Yeah.
Like you know it's coming. They tell you it's coming.
Like bees in your face.
Yeah.
That gave Ellie a migraine. It was
Yeah.
like, and she's like, ugh. Just crippled her. Shocking.
Some people are just like, they're just a walking migraines. They're just like
Uh.
always on the brink of one.
Ellie is sunglasses away from migraine. Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah.
All right, let's grab a news.
All right, so news.
You got one?
Mr. Beast is in trouble again. He's done it again.
What?
He's in trouble. Oh, you know what he does.
Well, he sells items,
Oh, yeah, he sells chocolate.
makes squillions of dollars, and gives
He's
it away.
one of the biggest YouTubers in the world.
Yeah. I actually watched a doc on his story. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
He's very down to earth.
Yeah, but he's in huge trouble at the moment. Well, not huge trouble.
Yeah.
He caused a bit of controversy the other day
About what?
because he went to Africa.
Okay.
And he's gone and
he's too
spent
rich.
millions and millions of dollars
Yeah.
in Africa
Yeah.
building wells and getting water accessible, clean water to a lot of towns that can't get clean drinking water.
So what's the problem?
Well, it sounded like a jealousy problem, really. So a lot of there's a lot of charities and that kind of thing in that area
Yeah.
who've been raising money for years. And one woman in particular, she'd been raising money for 15 years to try and build wells and stuff in these communities.
Yeah.
And she was really annoyed that a white man could
Oh,
just come in
fuck
with his
off.
$1 million and do it.
You
and
know
get
what?
all of the fame for it. It's like, what the... Is that what you want? Do you want fame for your 15 years of dredging over these wells? Like,
You know what? These people
And-
now have accessible
it's
water.
not that he's
What-
more famous. He didn't get more famous for doing this.
No.
He's already, like,
Famous.
crazy. He's one of the most famous YouTubers
Yeah.
in the world. Millions and millions of people watch him every day.
Did
If
he-
anything, it brought attention to African communities that need water.
Yeah. And just because you wasted
no.
15 years of your life not succeeding,
Yeah.
and he succeeded.
And she probably has done some good work, but yeah, she was, he gets all this recognition for it's like
Fuck off.
He gets recognition for being Mr. Beast.
He gets
He
rec-
doesn't get
no.
recognition for doing that.
And even still, he gets recognition for doing something that you were incapable of doing. Sorry, work harder.
Well, no, she was
It
doing
should be in.
it. She
Yeah,
was,
that's
but-
fine.
yeah.
But it's not quick enough. It's not. Maybe
is
you
quick.
should have
It is-
written to him quicker.
Yeah.
It's if you have a goal, it's not. It's that whole thing about like scientist ego,
Yeah.
right? If you're a scientist and you put out something that says this is what I think, and then someone proves it wrong, you need to accept that that is science.
That's
There's,
usually how they
there's
do.
no ego about it. You can't be like, you can't disregard information or something because you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Ego has no place in charity.
They were also worried that it might draw attention to the fact that maybe the government in these countries weren't really doing a lot of work into those areas.
But they don't.
And it's like, maybe that does need to be drawn attention to.
I worked with people from South Africa in my last job,
Yeah.
and they became Australian citizens. And these people were saying, like, when they went to the hospital for the first time, they were stressing because they lined up and they're like, "What do we pay?"
Yeah.
They're like, "What do you mean pay?
Yeah.
What pay what?"
Yeah.
Because South Africa, unfortunately, is a very, very broken and poor country.
Yes.
There's a lot of issues that need to be resolved. For example, clean water.
It's lots of countries.
And even Bill
It's not
Gates
just-
is Bill
well,
Gates
it's not
is
just
well, yeah, but Bill Gates has even gone over there and been like, how in this day and age are we still having kids dying from gastro?
yeah.
And he resolved something to do with that.
He
made a
killed the
super.
planet.
Well, he made a super toilet.
He saved the day.
He made a toilet that self-functions to provide clean drinking water
Yeah.
from toilet.
Pretty impressive and
Gross.
gross.
But he made it so much like he tested the drink as well.
Yeah.
He did it. He drank poo.
Was it his own poo or someone else's?
Probably.
I feel like if it's your own, it's less bad than if you're like, all right, let's get this gastro kid on there. Wait for the gastro kid to do his gastro poo.
Well, that
And
would
then-
be the point where it's like, this is fine.
Yeah, this is legit. He drank gastro poo.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as if Bill Gates doesn't have a medicine to cure gastro real quick, though.
Nah, he'd have a medicine to cure old age.
Yeah. I like Bill Gates. He's a good dude.
He's okay.
My news. This lady got Kevin put on her
yes,
forehead.
she did.
Something
Are you
about-
in love now?
Hey?
Are you in love now?
Nah, turns out it was fake.
It
I
looks
know.
fake.
Yeah, it did. But at the same time, I saw that, like, it's been
And
a
you
few...
were like for a second in love. You're like,
No.
oh, I think you were.
I was like, anybody else's name. Kevin is not a
Huh?
good... Like, I accept that my name is Kevin. I
a lol
appreciate that it's a name. And I appreciate that there's not a lot of us and it's turned into a joke. Could be worse. I could be Karen.
Well, that'd be a nightmare name.
Right? But if I was going to tattoo a name on my... Like, if Ellie was like, I love you so much, I'm going to tattoo your name on my forehead, I'd be like, maybe my middle name.
Yeah.
Maybe my initials. Anything but Kevin.
Yeah.
So, I was not in love. I was a little bit like, ugh, why'd you do that?
Yeah.
But then, since it's been so long since we got back to pod, I found out it was fake. So, sorry. Hey, did you know hobby horsing is a thing?
How they run around with the pretend horse and they pretend to do equestrian
And they do
stuff.
jumps and stuff.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. But air guitar's a thing.
Yeah.
Pretending to do stuff is a thing.
Did you know speed skipping is a thing?
Yeah, but that'd be cool.
Those people don't breathe.
Yeah.
Like when they're doing it,
Yeah.
their faces
And they
get,
just
you know,
like hover.
yeah, you know when like a 3-year-old throws a tantrum and they shake and they
Yeah.
like
That's what they're doing.
that's they just never grew out of that, and someone put a
Channeling.
rope in their hands.
Yeah.
They're like, all right. Well, I don't have any other news.
No, we don't need it. Talk for hours.
Hours. In which case,
Mountain time. We've already done the weight thing. You are the smallest dad.
thank you.
And we are actually tied in our mountains. Our mountains were
What are about
the like FBI and LOL.
acronyms? But there was
Acronyms.
there was a bunch of words involved, and someone wrote something.
Acronyms and initialisms.
Initialisms. Thank you. I'm
Which
going
FBI is initialism because you can't say FBI as a word.
to be.
NASA
Yeah.
is an acronym because you can say NASA, you don't say NASA.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I believe there was some communication on this episode.
No, oh,
So so initialism and acronyms are very big in my line of work. It does my head in, but the industry has dictated how it operates, and I need to come to terms with that.
Yep.
True.
I love them.
Yep. You can just Google the acronyms if you can't work it out yourself. So I'll vote 8-hour work week. Thanks, Sue.
Yeah, very low votes on that one. No one cares about stuff.
Yep, and Sue was obviously writing while watching the episode again because I don't know what she was on about. Thanks, though. Appreciate you watching.
Okay, so neither of us win. I'm going to go first. That makes you dad of the week.
Look
And
at
because
this.
of that, because I'm depressed about that, and because you're winning,
Yeah.
I'm going to go first.
Yeah.
And this one is an outrage. Okay. Picture this. Miserable day. So you're on Facebook.
Okay.
You open up a comment, and someone commented on something, and you also commented on it, and someone else commented it. I'm going to read that comment. You read the comment. It's pretty funny. Press the back button. You keep pressing the back button. You press the back button. You keep pressing the back button, but you're still looking at the comments. The comments are still there. You press the
Yeah.
back button, you're still staring at these fucking comments. You press back, 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 back. Why isn't this working? My phone frozen. You press the home button so everything zooms out, and you go back in, and that's still not working. What is going on?
Yeah.
Facebook broken?
Yeah.
No. Facebook removed the back button. My mountain is Facebook removing the back button on Android phones. I know you guys have the luxury of having phones that don't do much. You don't have a back button, so you can't do anything.
Tell you what I do. I swipe the left of the screen and it goes back. That's a function.
So if you did that back method work on Facebook when you go into a comment that
Let me show you.
does the comment thing?
Let me show you on anything I do. Okay, so. Oh.
No. It's only on comments that. No, it's only on notifications and comments.
Okay, let me go into a notification. There it goes.
So someone else commented on.
Did someone else? Okay, hang on. I don't go down here very often. Okay, so like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why did they get rid of it on Android? So, you know, when you press back on Android, that's what would happen.
So,
You just leave that screen.
but also,
Now, you have to press the arrow, which, because phones are now comically too huge for any human hands to use, you can't just get thumb and press that back button.
yeah,
You've got to get an old other hand.
yeah. What if you're wiping?
Yeah,
And-
wiping your butt. Yeah, that's why phones need to be smaller. Back buttons need to be left alone, Facebook.
Yeah. Okay. Poor Android users. You poor things. You know what? I
Actually,
agree.
Asus released a good size phone. Decent size phone. It's like, cool. I'll check this out. Thank you, Asus.
Yeah.
$1,500. No, thank you. I don't care
Have you
how
seen
small
the
it
Have you
is.
seen the ads for the Google Pixel phone? And it's like you take a photo of the family, and one kid's blinking and one kid's over here, and then all of a sudden you can change their faces,
Yeah.
but it looks too AI done. Like it looks like, oh, that head's a bit big for that body now, and they're selling it like
We did it.
you can make your kid have a giant head.
Yeah,
Makes me laugh every time.
pretty good.
I
I haven't seen that ad though. Anyway, that's my mountain.
okay.
Can't refute it. Your turn.
My mountain this week is bullies.
Yeah, fair.
Okay. I've said enough about it. I mean, I'll give a few more things. I was bullied as a kid.
Bullies make the world go round.
Well, bullies sometimes make people, like, adversity builds character and strength and,
Some bullies are heroes.
well, no.
Neil Armstrong. He was probably a bully.
What Neil Armstrong?
The astronaut.
Yeah, but wasn't there also a bike rider?
I don't know.
What?
Donald Trump, he's a bully. He bullies people on
Oh,
Twitter.
but he's a comedian. In
Yeah,
fact,
he's a
I watched
comedian.
something the other day, and I was genuinely laughing at it. And then even one of the comments was, "This guy should be a comedian." I'm like, yes, someone else gets it. Actually, speaking of comedians, I've been watching Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee.
Good show.
Great show. The
Really
Steve
good.
Harvey episode.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Steve Harvey, you know Steve Harvey. He's like the big black guy with the moustache.
so Family Feud or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And even Jerry on the show, he goes on to one of his shows, and Jerry's a clean comic,
Yeah.
but he makes a dirty joke,
Yeah.
and it was like the one thing I've learned from hanging out with black people is we don't say fuck you and fuck you, we say fuck all y'all. Yeah, good.
There was one comedian on there. I can't remember who it was.
Yep.
I watched him on there, and he was just hilarious the whole time. It was amazing. Like,
Yeah.
This is so funny. I have to watch this guy stand up. I watched his stand up, and it was awful.
Yeah,
I was like, what is this? The delivery is boring. His jokes are just like kid humor.
oh
What
really?
is going on? This guy was like the funniest.
That's such a
I can't
shame.
remember who it was. But,
Seth
weird.
Rogen's one's horrible. It's because the whole time he's
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with Seinfeld. Oh, my god.
Yeah, the Seth Rogen was the worst. And every time, like, Jerry had an opinion, on, he's like, oh, so what do you think of this? And he would say, like, oh, I think he asked him about Cosby.
Yeah.
And he immediately, like, oh, no, it's disgusting. I hate Cosby. Like, I could never watch Cosby again. And Jerry's like, oh, I don't know. You know, like, still some of the best stand-up ever. And, like,
Yeah.
that's really talking him up. And Steph's like, oh, yeah, I guess so. And, like, kind of like,
Yeah, I
he just
guess,
has no
yeah.
spine on it.
Yeah.
He's
Sorry.
the worst.
You gotta chill out, Mr. Rogen. Anyway, bullies suck.
You just bullied Seth Rogen.
And that's fine. I
I
should.
think you're a bully.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I guess
I've been bullied.
Depends how you define bullying.
Well, I mean, there's bullies who are actually pricks
Yeah.
and jerks and like do it for reasons that benefit themselves heaps.
It's so rare to meet bullies in your adult life that you can't just be like,
You're a
what are you
wanker.
doing? What are you doing?
Yeah,
It's a kid problem.
it is a kid problem. But when we're talking about dad stuff,
Yeah.
You know, we're a Dad vs. Dad podcast. This is definitely a bigger mountain.
Look, I don't really want to get into this.
Your Facebook. You know what? Even better, my Facebook back button for Android users. So anyone who doesn't have an Android will not be able to even think about this problem.
Yeah, but majority of our listeners has gone through this. And all of them. I've spoken to a few people about it. And it's like, oh, I just thought Facebook was broken. No, they did that intentionally to your phone. Kill them.
Just maybe you're on social media too much. Yeah, because we don't even post on there. We don't even use it for our benefit.
I just doom scroll. I'm like,
Yeah.
I would never download TikTok. Here I'm on Facebook watching video after video after video.
Right.
Video.
Yeah, I watch funny animal videos on TikTok. That's my thing. That's where I
So
found
you
out.
are on TikTok now.
I
You can
am.
watch those on Facebook.
Yeah, but I'd have to find
Yeah,
them.
and I do really hate Facebook. I
Yeah,
hate it a lot. I hate how it works. I hate how it functions. And I hate how, if you're making quality content on YouTube or something, and it's drawing more people to it, YouTube will bring that up. They will show it to more people. And, if more eyes are spending more time on your video, they want more people watching it. So it'll rise up to the ranks.
Yep.
Because on Facebook, if you're starting to get lots of views on your thing, they'll start and kind of hide it and start promoting to you more that, you can pay so that
It's
people
almost
can
like
see
it's
this.
almost like a shadow ban.
It's the opposite. Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas, things like TikTok, it is like, okay, you're actually gaining hype, and we want to promote that.
Yeah.
Not that I support. I don't know. I don't like any social media. I think TikTok has a lot of whinges on it,
It's all bad. All social media is bad.
but also
It should be a mountain one day.
I think I've already done it.
I
Ma-
think we've distracted you
we've-
enough from Kevin's mountain.
We've whinged a lot.
Nah.
Well, right now we're only bringing one mountain at a time.
Yeah.
At one point, we're bringing 2 mountains. You know how many mountains that is?
We should count them.
We have a lot of mountains.
Yeah.
We might have to go back through some and decide whether now, after thinking about it forever,
Yeah.
all this time,
Yeah.
decide whether it is a mountain or not.
We should definitely promote earlier mountains. Get them votes up on them.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go back through and be like, you know what? This mountain, I want to re-bring this in.
Yeah.
I want to re-argue this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe things have changed.
Maybe.
Maybe something in news related to it's happened. Maybe this exact segment happens on another show, and it's hilarious. Actually, so you know how usually we got to get stingers for our stuff.
Stinger.
Yeah,
What?
the stinger. It's usually like a 2-second little audio thing, like a really short audio thing to be like, this is the new segment.
Yeah, we do that. I do that.
Yeah, I haven't watched your episodes, but they do this other podcast who bring in problems. It's kind of like Mountain Molehill, but Mountain Molehill's better.
Yeah.
That'll remain nameless. But they have this segment called Voted Up. And when he brings it in, he brought in these stingers that were like covers of songs, but they'd change some of the words to be like Voted Up.
Yeah.
And they'd be like almost the entire length of the song long. So it'd just be like this full cover of a song just about voting it up. But it's funny
Okay.
because it was ridiculous.
I'll bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, you can
That's
vote
all we have time for today on Dad vs. Dad. You can vote for these mountains on r/Mountain Molehill on Reddit or at patreon.com/Dad vs. Dad.
Yes, and I did take some photos before the pod, which will be on Instagram at some point if I can remember the sign in. I just feel like maybe we need to do a bit more. Social media should be promoted more.
Oh, if you want people to listen, sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, it'll be nice. Yeah. Anyway, bye, Hungries.
We're dads.